What's up, streamers? Papa Stanimus here. Today we are going to talk about not allowing toxic people in your chat. Your chat is your domain. It is your everything. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what toxic is or isn't. That's up to you. I honestly don't care what you think toxic is. Whatever you think it is, I support that because that's your show. Those are your rules. So whatever your worldview is, that's what you should be enforcing in your chat, in my opinion. All right, just whatever you think is right and just. That's the way your world should be. That's what it's supposed to be all about. And the way I usually like to put this when I'm talking to people about this is never be so desperate for viewers to allow toxic people to stay in your chat or even be there. It's not worth it in the long run. It can be really tempting when you're really low on viewers and you're trying to build up a community. Been there, okay? And I have made this mistake personally. I continue to make this mistake. I try to get better at it as I go, and I've been doing this a long time. What I do now personally is I have like Trolldar, right? So when I'm live and I see just from the first, you can always tell like, there's the way people like to introduce themselves. And sometimes people that are toxic, the way they introduce themselves is who they are. So they'll say something in your chat and you're like, that's, something's not right. So sometimes you can either, like you could just tell like this guy's trouble, banned, moving on. Don't even say anything, just ban, move on, right? Ban ham them left and right. Or you could give it a moment, see, like give them benefit of the doubt or something like that, see what else they have to say. But generally, you're going to want to just go with your instincts on this. Especially the longer you do this and the more people you encounter, the better you're going to be at spotting this. Sometimes someone's going to be in your community for a long time before they reveal that there's someone who doesn't belong in there. It doesn't always, start off all that bad, but sometimes it can go that way, and you have to remove people from your community and so you can continue to go forward. One of the downsides to just letting your anarchy happen and your community go wild because those of you that are growing or are going to grow or want to grow, you're going to notice a community start to happen. And if you let it run rampant and let anarchy happen, it's going to end up being a really good example of some of these bigger toxic communities that we see. You go into a bigger streamer's Discord and Google the N-word, or not Google it, but do like a search and see how many times that pops up, right? Some streamers, it's gonna be freaking 0. Some, it's gonna be a whole bunch, all right? So it's like you could tell which communities are monitored and which ones aren't. And it's really important because your community is a direct representation of you as the streamer. So your community represents you, and you don't want your community going out and fucking with other people's chats and discords and any stuff like that. Like those types of people that do that, you want them out. Okay, those people do not belong in my community, at least. Maybe you don't care. Like I said, your definition of toxic is up to you. Okay, so I want to try and keep this from defining what toxic is. It's really hard, because I have my own opinions. And at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about how I do things in kind of like a tribal way, like we're a tribe. But whatever it is that you decide to do with your community, just realize that your community represents you as the streamer, as the content creator. And in my opinion, I think it's in everyone's best interest to try and have a good brand image and not a type of image that brands don't want to work with. Some people don't care about that, and that's fine. There's a path there. I don't necessarily recommend that for people wanting to do this for a long time, because streaming is going to be around for a long time and brands are getting more and more integrated into this world, and more people are going to be able to do this. You don't want to mess up future things, for you as you get bigger as a streamer. Let's talk about tribalism a little bit here. So like tribalism is kind of like different meanings, right? Like I look at my Twitch stream like we're a tribe, or I look at it almost like it's my kid, right? My Twitch chat and my community is like my kid, and I'm mama, right? And you don't fuck with my kid. You don't ever mess with them, right? And if you do, my kids, like my sons, you know, like they're gonna go whoop your ass, and they're gonna be like, you messing with my mama? What'd you say about my mama, right? And we just don't mess around. We take care of each other. We don't care about the rest of the world. We have our own little world for our moment. When I'm live or when we're in Discord, that's our away from the world, our own little world for a moment. Yeah, we all have to go back to the real world. We go to jobs and we deal with school and family and all that stuff, okay? But that's kind of what's really cool about Twitch is we have our own little world, and you gotta try and protect that, and you have to gatekeep who can come in and who can come out, all right? And don't settle. Don't settle for people you know inside within yourself, whatever your worldview is, right? Don't let the people that don't belong be in there. Now, I want to say this as well as one last thing in the video is that I'm not saying you shouldn't have a discussion with people about things, and you definitely don't shut yourself out from the rest of the world and stuff. But when you're live, that is your broadcast. This is your community, and you shouldn't it's not like, maybe some people are different, but my Twitch stream is not a place to debate me on things. I'm just gonna ban. You want to debate me? Like, talk to me like another time, you know, more appropriate, but not when I'm working. That's not the time to debate my own rules on my stream. You know what I mean? So I don't want to also make this video sound like it's like, don't allow other worldviews to be talked to you, you know, or like be presented to you. Just don't let it happen on your broadcast, or like just, you know, be careful with it with your community. Yeah, I don't know. That's the lesson for today. It's about thinking ahead of if you're going to become a bigger streamer and your community is going to become bigger, right? Because for you to be a bigger streamer, you have to have a community behind it. What kind of community do you really want that to be? And if you think about it, it starts now with what that it will be in the future. All of it starts now, and you got to be careful who can come in and nurture it and make sure that it's a nice community that can thrive for a long time. All right. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys very much. Papa Stanimus out. I'm probably live on Twitch right now. Come check me out. You can also come talk to me on my Discord. You can debate me on this. Let's debate. Talk to me on my Discord. Say, hey, I saw your video. I have some disagreements. Let's pop into a voice chat. papasdiscord.com. Ugh.